Hi there, my name is Dina Candelario and we decided to organize the conceptual map this way because the definition of the levels of citizenship and their rights are a good base to start the conversation of different dimensions of identity and how it connects with the education. It also shows how the individuals grow as members of society and how this also relies on the education. We also decided to link these topics in this order because they depend on each other. Citizenship and the identity of the individual are integrated and reinforced by the education, which helps students recognize their identity, creating values, awareness, and a sense of social justice. The different levels of citizenship can also be reflected in the institutions. Teachers and students can have different obligations like participating in elections, known as personeros, creating projects, defending human rights from microaggressions, and others. However, we tend to neglect reflection and critical thinking about our participation and only commit as minimal as we can. Instead of taking initiative and inspiring others to actually question the rules that might be oppressing or leaving behind certain groups. And last but not least, as English is a globalized language, teaching it in multicultural contexts has many implications. For example, showing how it has connected people from different countries and complement each other's cultures and traditions. And also teach to use the language to promote empathy and inclusion because that is the role that English has played throughout the history, creating bridges on borders, helping us to understand the world through it.
Hello everyone, this is Sullivan Ocampo, and today we are going to defend, or not to defend, to introduce our concept map. And well, in that concept map, we decided to include the teaching English in multicultural classrooms because we thought it represents a key challenge and opportunity in today's global education. So let's start by saying that English is not only a subject to learn. We are repeating that, and we have been repeating that since the whole semester, and it is important to repeat that again to keep it in mind. And well, English is more like a bridge that connects students from diverse linguistic and cultural backgrounds, and that's why understanding that concept is essential for any future teacher as we are. Well, this idea connects directly to the real classroom practices because in many Colombian schools, students come from regions with different dialects or even speak indigenous languages, different languages. And well, the teacher, which is the person who organizes or recognizes and values this linguistic difference, can design activities that make students feel represented, feel more comfortable with the subject or with that part that is so important. Well, I have, for example, asking learners to share local expression or cultural stories in English promotes both language and learning in a mutual aspect. It's like a mutual respect. And well, the implications for English teaching are of course deep. Like in the multicultural context, teacher needs to move beyond the standard grammar-focused instruction and adopt like more cultural responsive strategies that includes adapting materials to students' realities, using examples from their own cultures, and emphasizing communication over the perfection. And ultimately, when teachers create inclusive and respectful environments, English becomes more than a global language. It becomes a tool for understanding diversity and building empathy across the cultures while our students are learning. That's our message. Thank you for listening.
Hello, teacher. I am Daniela, and I will talk about the part of the key concepts of identity. I made the organization linear so it would be easy to understand each identity. They were defined and developed from there. There were different relations too for each type of identity, as only the most relevant were needed for the map. So, for cultural identity, I chose its importance. For national identity, I put problems or debates. And for global identity, I explained its importance in the education context. The examples are the following. For cultural identity, in the US, a lot of immigrant communities maintain their cultural practices, and likewise, in Colombia, Afro-descendant communities preserve oral traditions and ancestral knowledge. For national identity, there are Colombian debates on bilingual education and the role of indigenous languages in national curriculum. For global identity, Colombian schools in bilingual or international programs teach global competencies and intercultural dialogue. These three identities that conform cultural citizenship have implications for teaching English in multicultural context, as together they establish the way students will interact with context different from their own.
My part focuses on the relationship between education, citizenship, and cultural identity. According to James Evans, education is a fundamental tool for developing democratic and multicultural citizenship. Through education, students not only acquire academic knowledge but also learn values such as equality, respect, empathy, and participation. Schools become spaces where learners understand their rights and responsibilities, preparing them to act as active and transformative citizens who can contribute to social change. At the same time, education helps strengthen cultural identity by recognizing students' language, traditions, and cultural background. When a school value diversity, students feel represented and respected, which promotes inclusion and sense of the belonging. Globally, initiatives such as UNESCO Global Citizenship Educations encourage teachers to foster intercultural dialogue, human rights, and sustainable development in the Colombian context. Projects like Cátedra de la Paz, ethno-education demonstrates how education can promote peace, coexistence, and respect among different cultural groups. Therefore, the relationship between education and citizenship and cultural identity is essential for individuals who are aware of their role in both their communities and the global society, capable of acting responsibly and with solidarity in the multicultural world. Thank you.